Strumming for beginners is quite a challenge. It's also by far the most overlooked and important aspect of the instrument when you first start out. Here are some essential strumming techniques to practice right away. A great thing to start off with is practicing basic rhythms, whole, half, and quarter note down strumming exercises. Choose a chord, maybe a G chord. Start going through whole notes. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you're practicing this, make sure and keep a relaxed and fluid motion. Try not to tense up your shoulders. Nice and relaxed. Now, as far as the pick is concerned and your strum, you just want to graze the strings. You don't want to get too caught in them. This usually happens if you're coming at it at the wrong direction or if you're holding the pick too tight. You want to hold it nice and loose and just let it flow through the strings. The other thing you want to practice is knowing which strings to aim for. Oftentimes as beginners, we're starting off with smaller shapes. And you want to aim for the correct strings on these smaller shapes. So if you're playing a D chord, you want to avoid the low E and A strings and just D strings down. So to do this, you want a smaller sweep and aim for maybe the middle section of those strings. Okay, from here, we want to focus on 8th note alternate strumming. When we're practicing this, we want to match our up strum with our down strum. So if you have a strong down strum, try and match it with your up strum. It's going to feel a little awkward at first, but go really slow, practice it out of time. Do a down strum, and then an up strum. See if you can have the same attack. If it sounds different, like that, then you need to work on it a little bit longer. Okay, once you have that feeling pretty good, you want to take it up to speed. And then start to syncopate your strum. Now what you're doing here is keeping an alternate strum, keeping your hand moving, and just removing some of the beats. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You can see my hand is still moving. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so this is a big part of syncopated strumming, understanding that your hand never really stops with the up and down motion. A big mistake that beginners make is going down, up, down, up, down, up, and pausing their hand movement in between each strum. You really want to keep it going. Okay, from here, eventually you want to progress to practicing 16th note alternate strumming and more advanced patterns, just faster patterns. Now, understanding the theory behind basic rhythms is huge in knowing how to strum with a great feel. Your rhythm hand is basically the drummer in the duo that is your left hand and your right hand. If you were playing with a drummer who had absolutely no concept of how time, rhythm, and groove works, you wouldn't want to play with that drummer. The same can be said for your rhythm hand. All right, now side note really quickly, to find more in-depth lessons on not only proper strumming and rhythm techniques, but complete beginner to advanced guitar learning, make sure and click on the link in the description below for a free ultimate beginner guide that includes an essential chord chart, a practice plan, a walkthrough of some beginner pitfalls to avoid, plus a whole lot more. Okay, back to the lesson. When it comes to strumming for beginners, there are two main culprits that make for poor strumming. The first one is a general lack of understanding in how rhythm works, which are the things I just covered. The second is jumping into too complex of strumming patterns much too early and without practicing separately from your fretting hand, or in other words, without chords. Now what that means is, say you have a song you really want to learn, it's got a few chords, maybe you're still struggling to put those chords together, and then you jump right into, say, that syncopated pattern that we had before. It's all too much for the brain to think through. So you're going to hit these hurdles unless you separate it out and address everything accordingly. Okay, so here's how we do this, working on rhythm only without chords. You can start by doing scratch strumming, just basic rhythms, whole half and quarter notes with a metronome. Now to get a nice scratch strum, here's what that sounds like. With your fret hand, you want to lay all four fingers across the strings flat, not fretting the strings, just lay them across softly so you get a muted strum. Okay, and then go through those basic rhythms. Whole notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Half notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you're practicing this, all of these strumming techniques you want to apply. You want to have a nice attack, meaning one sound. You don't want a broken sound. It means you're moving a little bit too slow. So you want to find that nice sweep, nice weight, relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, from here, bring in some alternate strumming. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is where you can practice matching your down and up strum. And then a syncopated strum. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Now then, eventually bring in a chord, maybe an E chord. Then practicing over a progression, maybe an E to a G, to an A, to a B7. Okay? Do all this to a metronome, start at a slow tempo, 60 to 70, and then build the tempo from there. Now here's some other strumming pitfalls to avoid. Strumming too hard or with too much force, or maybe too soft, missing some strings. Also holding your pick wrong. This can take a while to find the right angle. You really want the pick to be angled just perpendicularly from your thumb, and you want the right tension. So a lot of times new beginners will hold the pick too tight. You want to loosen up on the grip a little bit. Okay, also not having correct arm placement. Nice arm over the guitar. Also, sometimes having too small of a sweep. Maybe just the wrist only, not putting arm in it. Or too big of a sweep. Okay, a few other things. Bad posture, maybe hunched over too much, tight shoulders. You really want a relaxed, straight back. Another thing that's really hard for beginners is not listening to how it sounds or how they're playing. So a great idea is to record yourself. Get your voice memo app up on your phone, record yourself playing, listen back, you're going to learn a lot. And then another thing, like I discussed before, is poor aim. So hitting the wrong strings, maybe not muting certain strings. Definitely things to be aware of here. Now remember, when all else fails, just slow it way down. Slow, steady, and consistent rhythm practice will reap huge rewards. Some great lessons to check out on the platform for strumming are basic rhythm subdivisions, strumming patterns, and eighth notes and upstrokes, all from the Fundamentals course Level 1. And be sure to enter your email for a free beginner guitar guide linked in the description, or you can find it on the next screen. Okay, see you next time.